The Texas sun had just gone down at the Yello Belly Drag Strip, and I was preparing to wrap up and head home for the day. But I stuck around just a little longer to see one last run. I was standing near the staging lanes in anticipation for this red Camaro. It was a beauty with a really nice clean paint job too. The driver, a guy with this determined look on his face, gave a thumbs up to the crew and started trying to fire it up. After a few attempts, there was nothing happening. He tried again and again, but the engine just sputtered and struggled. Then it happened. The sound ripped through the air unlike anything I'd ever heard before in my life. A loud, deafening boom. It was instantaneous, like the very air had cracked and ripped or something. A flash of bright orange blew from under the Camaro's hood, and a brief but terrifying burst of fire too. Man, that made everyone around just instinctively recoil inside themselves, you know? I remember the flash hit first, and then the heat followed right behind it in a delay or something. My heart leaped right into my throat. The force of the explosion was heavy. I felt the pressure wave hit my chest. For a split second, everything went silent, except for this ringing in my ears. That's when reality really sank in. The Camaro's hood had been launched sky high, twisting and turning into air before coming back down on the track and breaking that initial silence. It landed pretty close to a little girl and her dad too. They had been standing just a few feet away from the car before everything happened. Her dad immediately pulled her close, but she didn't cry or scream or nothing. Just startled, but that was it. Around me, man, the crowd was a mess of reactions. People jumped, some yelled out in surprise, others gasped. I saw one woman clap her hands over her ears, and her face was just etched with shock. And then, all you hear afterwards is this car alarm. Beep, beep. It's just beeping in the distance. It's kind of funny now thinking about it. Obviously, it was triggered by the sound of the blast. What struck me as particularly surprising was this one guy standing a little further down in the lane. When the explosion rocked everything, he barely even flinched. He might have blinked once maybe, but his expression remained like neutral or something. As if what had just happened was just like a few firecrackers going off or something. It was all surreal. Looking back at that mangled Camaro, with smoke still coming from the engine bay, it was a miracle no one was seriously hurt. The hood alone could have easily struck somebody in the face, or engine parts could have just spit out and hit somebody in the head, but everyone seemed okay. It was definitely a reminder of the raw power and potential these engines have, man. I tell you, I'll stick to spectating, you know. That's kind of all I want to do in my old age. That's about it.